Today's workout is a classic bro sesh. We've got a big chunk of work followed by a minute rest. This is not a Metcon, so we're not looking to get the work done as fast as possible, but rather with the highest quality possible and sort of looking to find those end ranges where you chase like that pump feeling. So we have 5 supersets of 8 seated dumbbell strict press, 12 pausing weighted glute bridges, 16 weighted sit-ups, 20 single leg dumbbell deadlifts. If you don't have a dumbbell, this changes just a little bit. Instead of the seated strict press, you're going to be doing reverse burpees. You're still going to do pausing glute bridges just without weight or with an odd object on your hips, weighted sit-ups with an odd object, and then instead of 20 single leg dumbbell deadlifts, you'll be doing single leg glute bridges, and we'll demo all of these movements for you guys. For warm-up today, we just want to get our body moving in the ranges of motion that we're going to be using and moving the joints that we're going to be using. So we're just going to start with either an extended plank walk out and walk in or push-ups, depending on your preference today. Then go ahead and roll over onto your back. We're going to do either toe taps or dead bugs. When you finish here, go ahead and practice that roll to stand that you'll be using in the reverse burpee if that's the modification you're going to be using. And then our last movement, let's go ahead and warm up your glutes with some reverse lunges. Do 3 to 5 sets there, 5 to 10 reps, just getting everything moving and loose. So our workout has 8 seated dumbbell strict press. You're going to start on the ground or on a box. We're going to assume that you don't have a box, so we're going to start right at the shoulder. Keep one hand out for balance, and we press all the way overhead. You want the dumbbell to be directly over your hip, not out front. Come back down, press again. We're going to do 8 on the right, 8 on the left. If you don't have any equipment, the modification for this today is a reverse burpee. So you can start seated or standing. We roll back, squeeze up, come up through a squat, stand all the way up, and that's 1 rep. So for the pausing weighted glute bridges, you're going to take your weight and set it right on your hip, whether that's your dumbbell or odd object. We push down into the ground and squeeze our butt. Pausing meaning we're pausing at the top here. You're going to come down, gently touch, and then pause at the top again. If you don't have any weight, you're just going to increase the pause at the top of the glute bridge. So for the weighted sit-up, it helps to extend your legs out in front if you don't have an anchor for them, so that you have some counterbalance. You're going to sit up, reaching up with your weight, and then sit back down. You can do these with bent legs or butterfly legs, but you might find that you don't have the counterbalance unless you have something to anchor your feet down with. For our single leg dumbbell deadlifts, you'll notice that this does not say Romanian deadlift. So your leg that's supporting your weight can bend. Your opposite leg is still going to kick back. We're going to bend down, touch the ground, stand all the way back up. There's a lot of balance in this movement. If that is problematic for you, just stagger your opposite leg behind and put your load in your front leg, and that will allow you to perform the repetition without falling over. If you don't have a dumbbell or a weight that will work for single leg dumbbell deadlifts, you're going to do single leg glute bridges. So we set up like we did for the glute bridge, except now we're going to extend one leg out. We're still going to lift up to that same position and touch gently on the ground, having a static position at the top, 10 on the one side, and then switch legs, and 10 on the other.